What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Garrett, for those who don't know, and for those who do and are returning, welcome back. This video, we're at South Twin Lake. This is a lake in the Cascade Lakes region of Oregon. It's on Cascade Lakes Highway. It's kind of the nickname to the highway that all these lakes are on. It's a cool lake. It's a caldera lake, so very similar to East Lake or Paulina Lake or Crater Lake. This lake was formed by volcanic action, and so it's a cool body of water. It's basically a giant bowl, like almost perfectly. It's about 50 feet deep at the deepest point, depending on pool levels. Might be a little less, might be a little more, something like that. It's right at 100 acres, so it's a cool lake, not very big, and what makes this even cooler is no guiding is allowed here, no motors allowed. So it makes it really accessible for those of us who have float tubes or pontoon boats or kayaks or other things like that. It's early May, rumor of a thunderstorm today, according to NOAA and the weather apps, so we'll see how that goes. A little bit of fish activity on the surface this morning. One guy's out here gear fishing out of a little rowboat. You can just see a fish just rose right there. Yeah, should be a good day though. Hoping for the best. Plan to fish a lot of intermediate lines and fish a lot of chironomids. You can kind of saw one buzz by just then. Chironomids, I think, are going to be the meal ticket. There's one right there. Caught one. So a lot of chironomids in the air. Gives me good hope. I'll probably run a midge tip with 3 chironomids on it, 3 different chironomids up the line, and then I'll run a intermediate line, kind of a washing line setup. So blob at the back, and then probably 2 leeches as droppers. So blob on your point, and then 2 leeches for droppers. This lake's stocked. So it's stocked with, I think, 200 trophy-sized fish earlier this week. I think usually Wednesday, I think, is when they stock it. I could be mistaken. And then they've already had 1 round of legal fish stocking, so there should be some legals in here. And then this lake always has holdovers. So looking forward to it. Should be a good day fishing. I'm going to get ready, and I'll see you down on the water. All right, we're on the water now. And I am starting off with my leech rig that I have. So same rod that I normally use, my Echo Stillwater. It's a wonderful fly rod. It's a 6-weight, and I have my fast intermediate line on there right now. 2 leeches, 2 blank saver style leeches, or someone might call them like vampire leeches. And then I got a blob. Blob's a different color. Blob is a peaches and cream style one. But I don't know if the GoPro's picking it up well enough for the camera. But there are a lot of chironomids. So we'll give this a go for just a little bit, and then I'll fish a midge tip. I did bring my Garmin Striker, I think that's what it's called. It's my little transducer that connects to your phone. A lot of fish around. And I'll check on that periodically. Like right now. You guys can see, shown we're in about 18 feet of water, and you can see the stripes. Those are the weed beds. So in reality, we're 10 feet. Is kind of where we're at with fish. If I don't get anything as I kind of troll to the next spot, I will switch to a chironomid. You see another fish marked at 10, so they're right over the top of the weed bed. Wow, that fish went about 4 feet in the air. Water temp's good, 55. So yeah, they're right over the top of the weed bed. We'll see if we can pick them up. So now I'm onto the chironomid rig. The leader's the same thing, except for its 4x tippet. Helps everything sink a little bit quicker. The line's different. So being a full intermediate line, the tip is just a fast intermediate. It sinks at 1.25 inches a second. It's the Scientific Angler emerger tip, which is my favorite one. And I have a tungsten beaded size 14 Frenchy Chironomid on my point. Then a redneck buzzer, David McPhail style. It's my first dropper, and the dropper closest to my fly line is a Muskins, a large Muskins, which I might switch out. To a nymph. Right now I'm pulling it back to me painfully slowly. I'm talking an inch at a time. And kind of let the flies do their work. Perfect. Oh, you hit the top one too. Alright, so I need to put on a blob. I might give it one more cast like that. Oh gosh. Killer net job. So he took this little guy right here, a little Muskins, little pheasant tail Chironomid, and he's a little, if he stops moving, .11-inch fish. Little stalker. So I detected that fish. As you'll see the coils on my line, those coils essentially start to straighten out. And I just set the hook on that. In a boat, you're a little bit higher off the water, so you can use something like what they call the hang tip, where your tip of your fly rod hangs just above the water. And the slack that is generated from that, I can kind of show here, acts as an indicator. So if that twitches, it goes. You know, to set the hook. But because we're in a float tube, we're pretty close to the water, so you kind of just have to watch the coils in your line. Whoa, that was a very subtle take. Whoa. Hate the Muskins again. He's kind of tangled up in everything, so let's do our best to untangle this. All right. Another little guy. Super healthy. Ate the top dropper again, which makes me feel like I need to put another Muskins on. Ate that top one again. Okay, he's big enough for a throat sample. Yeah, because he sits at 9 and 7. I didn't bring any. Oh, there we go. Yeah, decent fish. Some bloodworms and olive. You guys can see what that is. So it's some bloodworms and olive stuff. Stuff still alive. Surprised they took my brown one. Yeah, olive and red. Do I really not have an olive in my bag? It might be up in the car. You know, you go out with everything thinking you'll be fine, and then of course the one, oh, I do have an olive and red one. What am I thinking? I'll put that one on. That was crazy cool. Chironomids. I throat sampled one, and it had bloodworms and olive chironomids in it. So I put on a bloodworm, and this guy just ate a bloodworm at like probably 15, 20 feet down. So they're deep. I have a little fish finder on my float tube, so they're like 18 feet. They're eating chironomids, like, a lot. God, just doing nothing. He's tiny, though. It's nearly out, dude. All right. So what we have going on here is we finally have a little bit of wind pushing towards the shore, which is what I've wanted all day, and it's only happened like twice now. Ton of chironomids coming off the water, like a ton. Everywhere I look, there's shucks, or there's adults, or there's emerging chironomids. I only got one throat sample today, and that fish had a lot of chironomids in there, like a lot, in an olive color and bloodworms. Well, there's a huge one right there that's about to hatch. And they're in all different colors and sizes, so all of them in the throat sample, but I've seen brown on the surface, and I've seen black, and obviously the bloodworms. So I have a bloodworm on, I have an olive one with a red tag, and I just switched back to a natural pheasant-tail muskins. And all I'm doing is I'm fishing a midge tip. And if you don't have a midge tip or an emerger tip or a sink tip line like this, you can do it with a floating line. It just is going to get affected by the wind a little bit more than a midge tip would. And I'm casting with the wind, and my team of flies from a bloodworm to an olive buzzer to a muskins is sinking at 3 different depths. I've been marking fish near the bottom and mid-column mostly. And every so often I'm giving it like a 1 or 2 foot pole to kind of bring everything up, and then I'm letting it get plenty of time to settle back down. And I'm watching the coils of my line. So if the coils of my line do anything weird, get bigger or go away, I've been setting the hook. And so far I've only missed 3 out of like the 9 grabs I've gotten. So that's a pretty good batting average. Only 1 decent fish, a little 16-incher. Everything else has been sub 12. I think 12 or less. That bloodworm has a tungsten bead on it too, to help it get everything down, like very straight. But most of my takes have been on the pause. Fish have just straight up, it's just been sitting there like this, and then whoop, they take off with it. Oh, it came right at me. Ate the bloodworm. We might be able to get a throat sample out of this guy. Yeah. Ate that pheasant tail. They're very strong. For hatchery fish, for stalkers, they're very hardy. The water temp's like 55, and I think that's helping a lot too with that. There's the guy. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, the trophies are finally coming out. Oh, dodged the net. Almost like he knows what he's doing. There he is. Yeah. All right. We are back out here after lunch. Weather has changed pretty significantly. Thunderstorm that we've been talking about at the beginning has kind of moved in. It's overcast right now, which is good for fishing. Fish are still rising, fish are still eating. Calibatus are hatching. It's going to be good. And speaking of good, there it is, right over the top of the weed bed. I don't think it's very big. God damn, get in the net. Wow, fishing's good. I wouldn't go too much further, Ken. This is number 4. They're right. They're like packed in right here. Do you have like a little nymph on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They're right here. This is yeah. Don't go too much further. They're not big, but that's the 4th one. So they're just like packed in right here. Right in the scissor. Oh, I think I have 2 on. I think I had 2 on.